Hello, all you athlete providers. So, if you are curious if that is you and you work with athletes, then you are an athlete provider. I have been working so hard since actually the start of the summer when I realized one of the things I miss doing is teaching clinicians about REDS and how to screen, assess, treat, and prevent. And I thought, well, why don't I go back to doing that? But why don't I do it the way that I've always wanted to do? So providing resources, providing research, providing support. So I have been diligently working behind the scenes to create the very first Are You Ready REDS Informed Provider certification program. It gets me tongue tied. I'm so excited about it. There's two tiers that are offered. There's for those of you that are like, I think I just want to learn more about REDS and I'm not sure how much this will show up in my practice. And I would like to have a good baseline knowledge. And then the other tiers for those of you that, oh yeah, I see this any given day. I would love tools and resources that I can use. And I'm ready to be a REDS informed provider. So let me start with what you can expect from the course. This will be a 4-part module that are 90 minutes each. So in the first one, we are going to talk about how to use a biopsychosocial model to actually create your own assessment and screening. Because as a dietitian, there might be particular things that I need to screen for that a therapist might look different, or a medical provider, or a physical therapist. So we're actually going to use the plethora of resources that are out there. Pull what questions seem relevant. Unless you're in research, you don't have to use a validated questionnaire. You can fill those in so that we're covering the bio, the psycho, and the social dynamics that impact your athletes so we can help prevent that. We're going to talk about how do we assess energy availability. How do we assess energy availability if we don't have body composition and we don't really want to try to? Don't worry, I got you covered. We're also going to talk and we're going to use what a lot of my colleagues have learned, Becketisms. We always have a hair tie on. And I use this as a great analogy to show GI health. So I'm going to teach you a lot of these concepts that take things that can be rather complicated and make it easier and understandable for our athletes and those that work with our athletes as well. Anywhere from GI to heart health, to our brain, to how our muscles work, there's always an analogy and story. Also means I'm going to teach you how to use a narrative assessment because REDS is a diagnosis of exclusion. So we have to hear the whole picture, how long it's been there. And sometimes that takes a little bit of time, but I have a tool to help you with that, with a timeline that will streamline that assessment process and many other tools as well as energy availability. Then we're going to step in and talk about how we might be able to prevent it with our nutrition education, our messaging. So I have some social media templates that you can use with your athletes, some prompts and journal prompts that you'll be able to use to provide engagement. So in my first tier, the course will be covered and the community engagement. And the second tier, they will receive and I'm going to pull up access to the Research Rabbit. So for those of you that have followed me on Science Sunday, you will see I have been diligently digging into research for years and years and years to the point that it's filled up my office floor. And so we have been working on streamlining all this research and breaking it down by topic. You will get access to this so that way you have this and we will summarize it as well. You will also, at completion, be able to be one of the very first groups of, bear with me, this is how computers work when you're trying to do something. You will become the very first group to be a REDS informed provider and have this badge that you can use on email signature. You can use this within your organization, that you have completed the course and you are an informed provider. There will also be an ebook full of tools that you can use as a clinician for your assessment, There will also be handouts that you can use with your athletes that'll become the tools of the trade for Reds. I'm so excited to get back to our profession after years of first starting with my book 5 years ago, and just to see the excitement and involvement. And I want to teach more clinicians on how to look for Reds, how to treat Reds, and how to prevent Reds. So please join me. I would love to have you leave a message, message me at becca@beccamcconville.com. And if you sign up for the waitlist now and before our Black Friday special, you get VIP access and 3 months complimentary to the first ever Reds CEU membership. We are going to dive into everything related to Reds, bone health, how from a psychology, and this isn't me presenting, I'm bringing experts, how perfectionism leads to orthorexia. How do we sort out the difference between an eating disorder and Reds? What about training? Does training change when we're recovering from Reds or if we're trying to prevent Reds? If you sign up before then, you, my friend, will get VIP access and get 3 months free. So thank you for joining me. I really hope you're going to join me in the class because are you ready?